It's Monday, and in about 2.5 hours' time, my family will arrive, and I'm really excited. Um, they travelled across and down to Rouen last night, or no, yesterday. Stayed overnight in Rouen and left there this morning at 9. So they're on their way. They're not staying here, so that's easy for me. But because they're going to be here nearer lunchtime than we'd first thought, I've been out and bought pizzas and salad because I can easily do that. I need to think of that more often because I'm not a pizza eater, and because we don't have processed food a lot. It's like it's something I should sort of think. Oh, I'll just give them pizza. If people turn up, I'll give them pizza. It sounds big because I'm so used to cooking nice food for people, but it's like no, I'll just put pizza. I bought pizzas. I bought salad. For us, I made a mushroom and bacon quiche this morning. I've just had mine at just after 11 with coffee because I've been up quite a while, and so I've had brunch today, and Mark can have his when he's ready. So yeah, very excited. Can you tell? My increased steroids are working really well, and I this morning have taken 1 milligram less because I can't stay on. I think I'd gone up from 9 to 14. I can't stay on 14 um, long term. I need to come back and find a balance. So I've now taken 13 today, and I'll do that for the next few days. Then I'll do 12, and then I'll do 11. And I'll come down. But I think I'm going to stay above 9 definitely because I went down and did the chickens this morning, up and down, no problem. Walked around Intermarché, no problem. My body's moving properly. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous that for weeks I've been struggling, and it's because, and I know that my friend Jane will back me up on this. I think doctors are, when they learn about PMR, if you imagine a doctor's got to know a lot about it or something about everything, and they learn about PMR or people taking steroids, I think what they have learned is that it's if you could, you need to come down to my 9 milligrams. It seems to be what they say. It's a bit of a mantra, and I know Jane said it to me. I know he said it to me. So I'm imagining lots of doctors having learned this is better if your patient can be on 9 milligrams, but it doesn't take into account how your patient feels. Sorry, Jane. I'm always apologising to Jane. But it doesn't take into account everybody's different. We're all unique. And another thing that is taught about PMR is you can it's been and gone in 2 years, which is absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. I know people that have had PMR for 13 years. I know a lot of people that have had it as long as I've had it, which is I think 9 years, 2016. Yeah, so next year will be 10 years. It's just not going to go away for everybody in 2 years. Some people are really lucky and it does, others are not. But um, all of our treatment is based around 2 years, 9 milligrams, and whatever else they're taught. So it's really difficult. So, anyway, I am going to bring myself down to a level that works for me and not leave myself struggling. And I hope that by the time we go to the UK in a few weeks' time, that I'll still be feeling how I feel today, which is normal-ish. Normal-ish. I still need to stop and take a break here and there, but that's normal as well, and I'm quite happy with that. But if I can keep going a little bit longer, I mean, the other day when I walked down to the chickens with Mark was the evening that I'd taken the extra 5 milligrams. So it was like 2 hours later, and I felt ready that I could walk down with him, but I had to stop on the way back. This morning I just went down and walked back without any thought, and then carried on cooking, I think. So a lot better. Mrs. Brahma. I stood down there this morning after I let them out, watching them because there's feathers everywhere, and I was going to come back up and get the phone, but I'd already, that would have been too much, a step too far. So I didn't come back and get the phone and film them, but there's feathers everywhere, lots of white feathers, because one of them has got a lot of white feather on her. Um, there's also some black feathers, but it's a lot of feathers as if somebody's molting. But I'm hoping that it's a juvenile molt, which is young birds losing their juvenile feathers. They look like juvenile feathers, but I stood watching anyway just to see if there was any feather pecking going on or any bullying going on, and there wasn't really. They were all quite happy. But Mrs. Brahma decided to be a cockerel again this morning, and it's just funny to watch her crowing as a cockerel would. And she does the whole neck thing that cockerels do, or that our cockerel used to do, that it's like you get this, there's this big, oh, I get crow, 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 and then they bend their neck over at the end of it. It's like it's such an effort to get this crow out, and she did that 3 times. I wished I was down there filming it. And I said to her, "You're not a cockerel." But it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for a hen to behave that way. So it's just funny. And a couple of days ago, was it yesterday morning? Yesterday morning, I threw some corn down and outside, and she was calling them. So she was doing what a mother hen would do, being a cockerel and a mother hen, doing what a mother hen would do and picking up the corn and calling them, going, "Look, look, there's corn, there's food." They weren't taking any notice because they've not been brought up by a hen. I'm pretty sure that they did not have any broody hen with them. I don't know how they were hatched. It's quite possible they were incubated. You can get quite big commercial size, not commercial size, but quite big incubators here in France. So if this farm where we bought them from are breeding to sell them, to make money, then I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't brought up in an incubator, in which case they won't have learned some of the behaviours from the mother that they might well have done before. So yeah, they don't seem to have. I tried to pick one up last night and she scratched my hand. Wasn't happy to be picked up. So yeah, they've not had a mother hen really. But yeah, she's trying to mother them, I think, in a way. And they all roost together. So she's up on the roost and they're all together now. So she's not getting angry. I mean, she probably does give them a bit of a peck, but they don't, they don't take any notice. What else was it? The other night, Mark came back. They went, Mrs. Brahma's sitting in the corner laying an egg. And I went, "Hens don't lay eggs at night." "Oh." I said, "How long have you kept hens for? They don't lay eggs at night." She's sitting on an egg. She can't be left sitting on an egg. So I went down and poked her off the egg. She was not very happy, retrieved the egg. And then the last couple of nights, she's been sitting in that corner, but not on an egg, so she's easier to get off. And she's coming out first thing in the morning, so she's not gone broody. But I don't want her to go broody. I don't want to leave my house sitters with a broody hen. So that's what's going on here with, yeah, so we've been out, come back. There was an accident on the bend near this chateau. There was a Pompier vehicle, 2 Pompier vehicles, I think, and a local, I say local, a commune vehicle, flashy lights, all on the bend just as you come up the hill and round towards Chateau Boismorand. And I couldn't see any other vehicles. I was busy paying attention to the cones and who was waving who on and whatever. But there was a female cyclist walking away from us in the barriered off, the coned off area. So I don't know whether she was with someone who got injured. I imagine if you call the Pompier, somebody's been injured. So that's horrible. I hope they haven't been knocked off by a car, and that they've just had an accident. I'm trying to think what side of the road they were on. The road going towards Saint-Savin, so away from Lusac-les-Châteaux and towards Saint-Savin. So I just hope they've not been knocked off by a car. I think that it's very important to give cyclists a wide berth, and very often, not in France, people do give you a wide berth if you're on a cycle. It's illegal. It should be illegal anyway in any country, but it's illegal to knock someone off their bike. I think Mark told me that years ago. So he always gives a wide berth, having been a cyclist and having been knocked off. But I wonder whether British drivers don't give such a wide berth to cyclists because they're used to overtaking them in cities and towns, and you know, and narrower roads. I don't know, but yeah. So I hope that whoever may have been injured has not been badly injured. Right, so that's it now. Might give you some catching up vlogs during the week. We're not with them all week. Um, they're going to Ajit, 20 minutes away, and we'll catch up with them. We'll go up there tonight, and we'll probably go up there tomorrow and, you know, catch up with them. But if they go off for the day somewhere, then we won't. Um, but I'm sure that we'll have plenty of time with them, which will be really lovely over the next couple of weeks. I just hope they're having a safe journey down. They're a little late according to schedule. They had a fuel faff, whatever that might have been. I don't know. Maybe he couldn't get them to accept his card. It's like that sometimes, isn't it? They won't accept your card, or you know. I know he got stuck on the way down when he came down with Charlie in the Tesla. I think they got stuck at a thing, péage. Sat there for ages trying to get around. Sat there for ages trying to get through, and in the end, reversed and just managed to squeeze along beside the péage. Didn't get chased by the police or anything, but it's like, yeah, who knows what's going to happen. Well, just fingers crossed they have a safe journey down. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again in the near future.